Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back to Born Without Boundaries. Thank you for your support last week on last week's video. This is your video for the week ahead. This is an oracle card reading for you guys in particular for the week ahead of July 14th through the 21st. We have a full moon in Capricorn. For some reason, I had heard that it was a full moon in Taurus, which kind of concerns me. I'm not really sure why there was that confusion in me, but we have a full moon coming up tomorrow, and I'm on the east coast of the United States. It's going to hit us in the afternoon on July 16th. It's going to be a partial lunar eclipse, but considering the partial eclipse is probably the full moon, the moon is at its fullest during the day, we might not even get to see any kind of eclipse at all. So that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And isn't that in particular how the unseen can actually be what affects us more than the seen? I think that you are a sign that understands that very intimately. But we do have, nonetheless, a full moon, and we draw to an end of eclipse season, and a very, very interesting, teachable, powerful Cancerian season. Is sort of at its midpoint. It's just crossing over the border into waning, from full into waning. It's kind of the perfect timing. Where emotions have been running really, really high this season, and it's all been to prepare us, teach us those things that we really need to know and learn before moving to our next step. And I think that next step, in terms of what's happening astrologically, that next step, there's going to be a lot of progress come Leo season and Mercury direct on August 1st. So Scorpio, if you have not already, please do click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell down below, so you'll get all my latest videos, but also you'll know when I go live, because I've been going live a lot lately. And we've enjoying it. The community that's building on the lives is refreshing and supportive, and I think it's very valuable. So if you can join in, that would be great. Let's get into your reading for this week ahead. See what's in store for you guys, Scorpio. I know that you have been going through an enlightenment. There's a transcending experience from low vibrational behaviors to high vibrational behaviors, from self-consumption to concern and philanthropy toward your fellow man. This has been a huge growth period for you. Sometimes life stings. So this is the mandala. This is the almost like the World Wide Web, or that network of the unseen, like I was talking about. So what this card implies is that there very well could be some back talk, backstabbing, not backstabbing, but almost foul information coming up with regards to you guys this week. And it's being done to test you, your reaction. You like to sting. You are the stinger. There could be so in other words, there's something coming up that's either going to be attacking you and putting you on the defensive, or you are the one that's getting your stinger out, because you are defending against different things that are coming out to that might threaten somehow your reputation, or your feeling of security in the world. This is a defensive stance for you. When what comes out, wasp super comes out, And the message, sometimes life stings, comes out for Scorpio. Something has put you guys on high alert, and you're ready to just pop off with some serious self-defense. And you guys know how to sting better than anything. And maybe it's that you have some dirt on somebody, and that's a lot of times your stinger. That's your self-defense, because you know the dark side. You have access into all the closets that people like to keep closed. That's your superpower. And so if somebody, you have been put on the defensive to a point where you are feeling like you have to do something to help yourself, or that you're being attacked. But this is the warning that I'm getting right away. Be sure that it's not just a perceived attack. Because right now, and I'm going to pull more cards, of course, this is not a confirmation that this is actually an attack. This could be a perceived attack because emotions are very high this week, exacerbated by the full moon, which is, and the lunar eclipse, asking us to let go, when in fact us water signs have a very hard time letting go. And just the fact that you're being pushed to let go of something that you're holding on to could feel like you're being attacked. And so it's going to be very difficult for you this week to watch your responses and watch where you place your stinger, because you could be aiming and hurting somebody that isn't trying to hurt you. You're just perceiving an attack because something's coming in your face that you probably actually already know, but you have not wanted to face. And it's causing a lot of pain for you. And so you're perceiving that news, that delivery, that message as the attacker. But, Mercury's in retrograde. The communications are wonky. And the perception, which means also the perception of how we interpret the communication, can also be the enemy here, not the actual communication or the messenger themselves. But your stinger is going to want to come out this week. You're put on the defensive, Scorpio. I would just call you to be very wary as how quickly you use that stinger, because of all the retrogrades. It could be perceived attack. Now, if it's not perceived attack, and it actually is something that you need to defend against, and like I said, this card indicates that it is coming through a grapevine, coming through the web, coming through communications, something online, something within social media, some kind of maybe even public humiliation, embarrassment, bad news coming down the chain that's going to really either hurt you, hurt your feelings, just getting that information. The harm is going to be hurting you, but also it's going to make your stinger want to come out. And how you respond to this is going to make all the difference. Make your dreams real. This is more of the web. This is more of the web. So first it's the internet web, and now it's sort of this celestial, galactic web we weave. Oh, the tangled web we weave. So maybe, just maybe, Scorpio, part of this conflict, part of these convoluted messages was your making. Maybe you are the one this week, because it could go both ways, right? Because this is a general reading. It could go both ways, where you are the one that wove this very hurtful web because you're trying to trap somebody in it, or you're acting out, you're being vengeful, you're being aggressive in your self-defense, or you're caught in somebody else's web. Somebody that finds you very appealing, very attractive, but they're going about these means and these mechanisms. It's almost like they're bitter because they've been hurt by you. Not necessarily what you did intentionally, but maybe just because you don't have feelings for them anymore. And they are acting out in very manipulative ways. sending these messages, trying to weave this web to trap you in it. Trying to trap a Scorpio is almost like serving your own death sentence. I would feel very, very bad for the people who are trying to fuck with you. But this is what's happening. It's a feminine energy coming through, very manipulative. Oh, the tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So it's either you that has been this spider-like character trying to manipulate people, and it's going to come back this week to get you. It's almost like you're stinging yourself with your own stinger because your manipulative efforts have backfired. Or it's somebody else trying to weave this web around you and be vindictive and spiteful, and they're about to get your stinger. It's coming out. Why anybody would think that they could fuck with a Scorpio? Like, why would anybody press a Scorpio? I mean, let me tell you something. This is not, and this is what gets me about this. This isn't about truth coming out. This is about manipulation, rumors, deception. This full moon is popping all that shit and it's coming out. So this is the big reveal and the time where you just get done with the manipulation. Or if you were the manipulator, once again, general reading, so this could go either way. If you were the manipulator, people aren't tolerating your bullshit anymore. Right out. Right out. Watch and wait. Seahorse energy. Watch and wait. There it is right there telling you your reaction to this situation that is really going to try you and require the utmost patience from you, which, I mean, you could be a very patient still sign, but not when somebody is pissing you off. Not when there's a perceived attack here, but there's a message here saying watch and wait, which means, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's a possibility that this is just perceived manipulation, that this is just a perceived attack. And in reality, what's coming out is just the truth. And it's something that you needed to hear. You just don't like hearing it. And so instead of reacting immediately, what this is we're trying to be called to do this week is, the advice for this week is try to remain as objective as possible. Watch and wait. See this full moon through. See this information. Carry it out a little bit longer than you normally would, because I know you want to strike immediately. But let it go a little bit longer than you would, maybe till Wednesday, even Thursday of this week, to see whether or not this is a perceived attack or a real attack. Also, if this is the other side where you're the one doing the attacking, don't attack just yet. Because your reactions to your need to attack and your need to manipulate, if you're a cross watcher, could be literally ending your relationship with your Scorpio. Because you revealed this part of yourself, this deceptive, unloyal, because that's how Scorpio will perceive your behavior, as deceptive and unloyal. Like, do not try to manipulate a Scorpio. Are you kidding me? You could try to play games. Maybe in the past, they've thought you were cute. This week, that's not going to happen. Their reaction is going to be, you're manipulative. I'm the manipulator here. I don't get manipulated. They're going to look at that as a means of a reason to not trust you. And once a Scorpio can't trust you, you're pretty much out of their lives. Bye-bye. Loyalty means a lot to Scorpios. But like I said, that's sort of like the cross watcher, right? Or if you're the Scorpio doing the manipulation, in other words, hold off on the manipulation just a little bit, because it may be a perceived necessity. You may not actually need to go to that dark place. You're being called to have a little bit of faith in the other person. Wade this out. Wait for that full moon to pop. Gather the information through Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe don't make your decision or react until later on this week. Because all of this has to do with information and communication and manipulation of that information and communication. This whole reading is a warning about how you react this week. Your reaction is actually more meaningful than what's going on underneath. Your reaction to what's going on underneath. And maybe this has to do with, I don't like saying maybe, I say maybe too much. That's my fault, and I'm sorry. I'm absolutely certain that that has to do with the higher calling you've been called to accept in your life. And this is sort of that test right before, to see if you guys are actually ready for this level up. Because it is that innate kind of lower vibrational Scorpio reaction to react immediately, defensively, and literally strike your stinger into somebody's heart without really getting all the facts. Just this reactionary piece of you. You're being called to use a deeper logic, a deeper self-control, to see if you are that Scorpio that's leveled up, that's going to gain this abundance and actually lead the world to healing in so many ways. But to be that person, to accept that role, means you have to be prepared to control yourself in a way that feels almost contrary to you. But the truth is, it's not. Because you have that superpower of understanding all those underlying issues, of seeing the manipulation for what it's worth. So instead of reacting to the manipulation itself, which pisses you off, this is a calling to that higher understanding, deeper understanding for you of, why is this person feeling like they need to be manipulative to begin with? Why am I feeling like I need to be manipulative right now? Now, that's not saying that if you are a Scorpio that is perceiving somebody else's manipulation trying to sting at you, that's not saying you should keep them in your life. You shouldn't, and you won't. You just won't. But how you react to them, how vindictive, if you use your stinger, is sort of that test this week. Are you ready to be this example for others? Are you ready to serve your higher purpose? Because if so, that's just not the reaction you can have. It's low vibrational. There has to be a more mature sense of self-control here. And the way that you sting moving forward is by making sure the trash is taken out and you don't let it affect you. Not through vindictiveness, but through dismissiveness. Taking out the trash, don't let it sit around for a long time. Understand that you don't need to give people explanations, but not allowing them to get you trapped in their web, because this is the kind of person who would be doing this intentionally to Scorpio because they know Scorpios, the way that Scorpio reacts. And they don't care if it's negative or positive attention they're getting from you, just as long as they're getting attention. So the truth is, you're getting stuck in their web by trying to use your stinger. They want this, they're setting it up because they want this reaction from you. And it is going to be this power in you that's deeper and stronger and more mature and higher vibrational, more balanced response of you. Oh, I get it. Like, that's the trap you're setting so that I get tangled up in your web again. You're trying to catch me by stinging me and prodding me through the internet or through messages or through the grapevine or people that we know, by spreading rumors, by talking shit. You're trying to get my stinger to come out because that's where you've planted your web. That's how you intend to catch me. That's why you're being called to watch and wait, Scorpio. Watch and wait. Don't strike out with that stinger so quickly, because that is the trap that's being set for this week. FYI. All right, I would love to know how this plays out. I've been going live a lot. Please participate in those chats, because this story is... Because, well, Scorpio, you always just have valuable insight. I would love for you guys to join in. Plus, you also have exceptional... You usually have exceptional experience that will enable you to give advice to others, because you have gone through or still are in those dark places. And because of that, there's an ability to understand the dark places in others. Just don't get stuck there. That's the problem. That can be the issue. And I'm telling you, this person who's trying to trap you this week, or it could be the reversal, the way that you're trying to trap somebody this week is based on the expectation that you'll use your lower nature. You'll react in that lower vibrational way, and that'll set the trap. Hold off, because it could be a trap that you get caught in and you get stuck in. I know that, especially if this is being done to you, I just feel like almost for more of you, this is a manipulation that's going to be revealed. But it's intentional. It's like an intentional trap is being set for you. So be that water sign. Look, these two bugs. And spiders commonly eat Scorpios. Spiders are the master web weavers. This is like the Black Widow. This woman who won't let you go, or this man, but it's a manipulative energy. It's a passive energy. So it's very like dark side feminine energy. So male or female doesn't matter, but it's using manipulation so that they can turn you into their food. And Scorpio, you're not going to like that. But like I said, spiders are good at catching scorpions, because they know how to tangle you up and how you're going to react. They're trying to push those lower vibrational Scorpio buttons this week. Be your water sign. Be the water this week. Go with the flow. Try to be as calm as possible, because they're relying on you to use your stinger to trap you in their web. But you're a water sign, okay? Which means you're not just the scorpion. You're the water. You can go with the flow. Your still waters can run like those undercurrents. So go to the water this week. Show the fluidness that you can have, because it's going to save your life. Or if it's reverse and you're the one trying to weave this web, or you're the one that's going to, if you're the one trying to weave this web, wow. Well, let's see. I have the bad decision of being able to say, if you're trying to weave this web, weaving a web of like using the flow in your favor is really what's going to work out for you this week. But I don't like low vibrational shit. I don't like it. And the person is going to know. They're watching you. They're watching you. They see what you're doing. And it's going to break. It's going to break the relationship. Because now they're like, holy crap, this is what spiders do for food. That's what I am to this Scorpio? I'm their food? watch your behavior this week. Watch your reactions especially. Because this full moon is going to reveal a lot. And it's either going to be reveal somebody's true intentions and underlying emotions, which you can use to stay away from their trap and their manipulation. Because they're relying on you to be reactionary the way you normally would, to trap you more. And really, this is a person you just need freedom from. This is a situation you need freedom from. Because Scorpios, you do not like to be manipulated. This is totally coming across as, wow, I can't trust you anymore. But don't use your stinger. Because they're relying on it. They're setting the trap so that they catch you because you try to sting. Yeah, that's the person you're dealing with. So surprise them. Be that free-flowing little seahorse. Show them that Scorpios have a light side. Tiptoe over the waves this week. Seriously, this is how you avoid the trap. Or if you're trying to be the manipulator, Scorpio, this person is going to see you for who you are. And very few people like spiders. Just to let you know. Just so you know. Scorpio, I will see you next week. Back for that message. Or like I said, it could be that higher test. It could not be if you are not in a relationship. It doesn't have to be a person. It's almost like all the stress and tension in the cosmos is testing you to see if you're ready for the next level by being able to control yourself instead of overreacting or reacting in a way to harm and hurt so you defend yourself. Because if you're going to move to the higher level and a more harmonious vibration, that's not the behavior anymore. That's just not. Yes, you walk away from bad situations, but you don't waste your Scorpio juice on crap that isn't worth it. And that's what it is. Seeing through the perceived hurt to realize it's not worth using my stinger. This isn't worth it. I'm already above this. In order to use my stinger, I have to crawl back down and get close to this situation again. That's the realization you're being asked to come to esoterically this week. Is holy crap. It's not just, I'm not trying to tell you don't be yourself or disrespect your ability to defend yourself. I'm trying to tell you that this is all this emotional stuff, this tangled web, these things coming up to the surface that are manipulative or trying like harmful to you in some way. It's a test of how you react to it. And that's the realization of, in order for you to use your stinger, you have to be close to the situation. That's why I said, if it's a person, they're trying to get you. They're depending on you to use your stinger because that's how they're going to catch you. But that's the test of the universe too. Is it's you being able to finally realize, holy crap, this is a long video, Scorpio, wow. Holy crap. In order for me to use my poison, I have to be close to the situation. It's trying to drag me back in. And the real win for me, is for me to just not be associated with that shit anymore. That's what I'm saying. Realize and demonstrate that you can realize and use those other Scorpio abilities to see behind the surface, to see underneath what's going on, what's subverted, and realize, oh, I get it. This is a test. There's wonkiness here that may not even be directly about me. It's affecting me, but it may not be directly about me. And if I perceive it as directly about me, it's going to drag me back in. Get me close to the situation and have me waste my poison that it takes me energy to produce. That's there for when me and my family really need it. So this is that you're being called to see through all this crap that's going to try to upend you and suck you back in this week. Warning. This is a warning. A trap has been set for you, Scorpio. Use your ability. It's hard, I know, but objectivity and patience to really wait out this situation. Don't walk right into this or rush into this week. FYI. I'll see you next week, or hopefully on the lives. Leave the comments below. I'd love to know what's going on.